Headline: Shocking details emerge about Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and Olivia Nuzzi's alleged affair. In a scandalous turn of events, Page 6 has uncovered an intriguing story about the complex relationship between Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and Olivia Nuzzi, a journalist for New York Magazine. What initially appeared to be a casual fling has reportedly evolved into something far more intense, with sources revealing that the two engaged in what has been described as incredible virtual sex over FaceTime. According to insiders, the romance took root after a rather awkward initial encounter between the two back in October. Nuzzi was said to have been put off by Kennedy's clumsy advances, finding herself disgusted by his approach. However, as they began communicating through text messages, things took a dramatic turn. Kennedy, known for his charismatic charm, began to love-bomb her with a barrage of romantic gestures and sweet words. This emotional manipulation quickly swept Nuzzi off her feet, leading her to develop a deep infatuation with him that lasted nearly a year. This tumultuous relationship occurred while Nuzzi was still in a committed relationship with her fiancé, Ryan Lizza, a journalist at Politico. Despite Kennedy publicly denying the affair and suggesting potential legal actions against Nuzzi, sources close to the situation indicate that she continues to harbor feelings for him. The complexity of the situation intensified when Nuzzi was assigned to interview Kennedy, who was then in the race for the presidency, but has since endorsed Donald Trump and withdrawn from the competition. During their hike in Los Angeles for the interview, Kennedy allegedly made a romantic overture by grabbing Nuzzi's arm. This action left her feeling uneasy, especially since they were alone in a secluded area. Nuzzi reportedly told friends that she was startled by his sudden move, given the context of their previous conversations. After the hike, Kennedy reached out with a somewhat unsettling message, expressing a desire to share something personal, but hesitating due to uncertainty over whether their conversation could be considered off the record. He even sent Nuzzi a photo of himself, which did not carry any explicit undertones, but it nonetheless added a layer of intrigue to their already complicated relationship. As the story unfolded, Nuzzi was required to engage with Kennedy multiple times for additional reporting and fact-checking, during which the dynamic between them shifted markedly. Sources reveal that Nuzzi suggested another hiking trip next time she was in Los Angeles, but perhaps this time with their partners. Kennedy's response was tinged with humor, as he noted that his wife, actress Cheryl Hines, preferred shopping in malls over actual hiking. Insiders have clarified that Nuzzi did not explicitly suggest this dual-partner hike, but the banter highlights the convoluted nature of their interactions. Over the weeks and months that followed, Nuzzi became increasingly enamored with Kennedy, leading her friends to observe significant changes in her personality. One source shared that she appeared infatuated with Kennedy, and it was evident to those around her that her emotional state had shifted. He love-bombed her, stated an insider, emphasizing Kennedy's penchant for showering women with affection and declarations of love. He reportedly made grand promises about their future together once the election was over, although sources close to him maintained that he never intended to leave Hines for Nuzzi. While Nuzzi spoke to friends about this mysterious man who had captivated her, she was careful not to disclose Kennedy's identity. Yet her affection for him was evident, and some of her acquaintances knew the details of the situation, sharing in her infatuation. Meanwhile, Kennedy allegedly boasted about the affair to a few of his close friends, further complicating the secrecy that Nuzzi tried to maintain. At times, Kennedy would abruptly cut off communication with Nuzzi, a tactic that only intensified her longing for contact. This on-and-off pattern created a dynamic where Nuzzi felt she was at his mercy, leading to increased anxiety whenever he went silent. Reports indicate that during their calls, the two frequently expressed their love for one another, deepening their emotional bond. Sources have described their FaceTime encounters as incredible, with Nuzzi noting to her friends that Kennedy, at 70, possessed impressive sexual stamina. However, the clandestine nature of their relationship began to unravel when Lizza grew suspicious and eventually confronted Kennedy about the affair in August. The fallout from the relationship has been significant. Nuzzi's editors at New York Magazine placed her on leave following their discovery of the affair, launching an internal review. Although they asserted that there were no inaccuracies in her reporting and no evidence of bias, they initiated a third-party investigation to assess the implications of her relationship with Kennedy. Meanwhile, Lizza has opted to recuse himself from any coverage related to Kennedy, acknowledging the personal conflict. In a statement regarding the affair, Kennedy's campaign has taken a firm stance, asserting that he only met Olivia Nuzzi once in his life for an interview she requested, which yielded a hit piece. Hines, who has yet to publicly comment on the situation, has been seen in public without her wedding ring since news of Nuzzi's suspension broke, leading to speculation about the state of her marriage to Kennedy. This saga of romance, deception, and potential scandal highlights the complicated interplay of personal and professional lives within the realm of journalism and politics. As this story continues to develop, many are left wondering about the implications it holds for those involved and the future of their respective careers.